Is there anybody you could identify now who you think would be in a place to push a counter-reformation in terms of identifying what should be in a modern canon, for example, in humanities degrees? Do you think these people, there are people, for example, I know Neil Ferguson is a relatively well-regarded historian. Do you think you could identify a few people who...
No, but I have no interest in that. Anyway, my view is civilization is irrevocably collapsing around us, and I don't expect there to be any rescue. I'm not sitting on a desert island waiting for the puff of smoke from the rescuing steamship. It's over. So I don't look for that kind of thing. And there will be people who resist it, people who continue to observe old standards for a while, but in the end they'll be driven out.
And for those people, perhaps unrealistically, slightly optimistic, trying to survive, who would you point to? What kind of figures would you point to? And what locations might there be?
Well, I wouldn't. They can look for them if they're crazy enough to be optimistic under these circumstances. They can look for them themselves. But if you're clinging to the wreckage, it seems to me to be idle to start trying to design a country house.
Yeah. Do you see any hope in figures like Jordan Peterson or the kind of accolade?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, I think Jordan Peterson's cult is an absurdity. Have you read his book?
The first one. Well, the second one.
Oh, I haven't. The first was enough for me.
So I think there's a nuance here, right? Because I read your review, I think, in The Spectator of Peterson's book. However, what he's doing with his podcast, I think, truly is an emancipatory... I mean, the technology itself is emancipatory, but...
Well, so you're very welcome to it.
Well, it's both a symptom of the demise of the universities and
maybe it is, but it's nothing to do with nothing to do with thought. It's a cult. It's somebody offering some sort of apparent hope in a world where there isn't very much.
Right.
Do you not believe in any type of figurehead? Do you think people should actually?
No, I'm against temporal hope. It's what one of the 19th century popes called satanic optimism. It's foolish. You just delude yourself.
As embodied in a specific individual,
particularly, yes. I mean, there is no temporal hope.
Because it's an enterprise, not a culture.
Yeah.
We want to ask you about the best arguments in favour of, against actually to begin, academic selection and reviving grammar schools that you've encountered.
Well, there isn't one. The fascinating thing is that the opponents of academic selection in British schools never actually said these schools are bad. They never said they provided a bad education. They said that the price of this, in terms of mainly of political egalitarianism, was too high for them, and they preferred a more politically equal society in which the privilege of education was destroyed rather than distributed more widely, than that it should continue. They only ever attacked it obliquely. They would attack, for instance, the 11+ examination. With reason, it wasn't necessarily the best way of achieving selection. But you will find even in some of the fiercest attacks on grammar schools, they will say, well, yes, these are good schools. Mm. So there isn't one. They never had one. And there was no, it's noticeable, there is no book to which you can turn anywhere, and no research program anywhere which says that if you have comprehensive education, education will be better. Nobody has ever really made that statement. In fact, the founder of the inventor of the term comprehensive school, Graham Savage, admitted in his initial writings about it that there would be a loss. But they wanted, as he put it, he wanted a more democratic society. He was very much afraid that that if the society was not more equalised, there would be a revolution. That was his driving fear.